Nachos. This is Mrs. Nacho. I'm here today with Matt Bigel from Bridge Wealth Advisors, and Dr. Nacho is going to be interviewing him on bad financial mistakes that you don't want to make.
Thanks, Mrs. Nacho. I know you love that name. See, dreams do come true, right, Matt? You know, I want to be in the NBA. That did not work out, but Mary wanted Mrs. Nacho. Look at that. At least one of us are living our dream. So excited to talk with you. The Dental Nacho Supreme is about bringing good ideas to dentists, making them aware of who they need to talk to in their dentisting neighborhood. And you're one of those people. So what I suggest to young dentists, medium-aged dentists, we're going to talk about 3 types of dentists here tonight: a bad, a baby-aged dentist, a mad like me, a medium-aged dentist, and a seasoned-age dentist, to say, go up and ask people at exhibits what they do, who they are. So I want to ask you, who are you and how do you help dentists?
I'm a financial planner. Thank you for introducing me, Doc.
Yeah.
I'm more like a financial coach. That's the way I position myself with dentists. It's really teaching them how to maximize their cash flow, understanding really that financial one-on-one class that dentists do not receive. That's where I thrive. And really, your biggest expense through life is taxes. How can we prevent or save on taxes throughout your career? So that's what I focus on with dentists.
So dentists like that. Coach, I'd like a margarita coach, a financial coach. Perfect. So you are helping dentists along this circle of dentisting like that we talk with. Tell us, like in a typical day of Matt Bigel, the financial planner, what types of dentists are you meeting? Associates, young dentists, medium-aged dentists? Share with us some stories without names of, like, you know, who you're connecting with.
I'd say right now I'm building a niche on the younger dentists, more of an associate where they just bought their practice and you're focused on your career, but really your personal cash flow is the area that I see a lot of the dentists need help with their loans, or should they be making life decisions to buy a home or putting more away for retirement. And that consulting aspect is really becoming a big part of my practice. And I see that's where there's the major need right now.
Because as I've said a few thousand times, these are things they don't teach you in dental school. But they should make you aware of it. You and I are both proud owners of small human beings. That was called co-owners of small human beings. So no one knows what it's like to be a parent until you're a parent, but we do a fairly good job of making people aware of what it's like to be a parent. You get to see kids when you're an uncle before you have kids. With dental school, you know, kind of leave school and you're out there in this real world and it's tough. So what I like to share value with our audience. Share with us, Matt, we're going to go over a mistake that dentists make at each stage of their career, or maybe we can call it, you know, a dropped nacho. It doesn't have to be so dramatic, but, you know, a mistake, something that if they went back would do differently. Let's start with the bad, the baby age dentist. You're saying, I'm talking to a bad, here's something that I wouldn't do or I would do more of in the financial world.
I'd say what I see a lot with a bad dentist is you start to make money for the first time as an associate, where you're growing cash flow and all of a sudden your bank account starts to grow. And that's where you're, hey, I've never had money in my bank account and I got to see that it's there. But really, you should be focusing on making your money work for you. And that is where understanding, I hate to use the word budget, I'll call it cash flow analysis, is we should really be focused on an emergency fund, and everything above that should be put to work against your loans or a retirement strategy or college savings for your kid. Time value money, compounding your money is really a mistake that I think is really haunting a lot of young dentists right now.
That's a great tip. And I have a tip that you can use for words. I'm a big word person. Is so when someone says budget or diet, it seems kind of like annoying, right? So what we talk about is treatment plans for patients. So I think if you said, hey, we're going to make you a financial treatment plan, you're so successful, just that word treatment plan the dentist is going to get. Now let's move on to my age dentist, a mad 10 to 25 years out of school. What's an error drop nacho that they make along the way?
I would see a lot of it's really hitting that retirement account. I think 60-70% of the dentists, when they retire, they're living off their retirement money is a big part of that bucket. And a medium-aged dentist is focused on buying their second home or doing some life things, and they're not realizing that you got to be maximizing now that compound growth in retirement accounts. And if they're an owner, understanding the value of is a SEP IRA, a 401k, or profit sharing, these type of plans can be really useful, and a lot of dentists are unaware or not taking advantage of those.
And it's sort of like to just do something. And we've had some good commentary on the group. If my office has a 401k, you can do an IRA, right? You can at least do something to start practicing this, building these muscles. And then how about our SADs, our seasoned age dentists, 25 plus years out, getting towards the fourth quarter of their career. Share with us something an error that they may make.
I see a lot with, I call it evaluation. A dentist will work on their practice, they'll get it valued, and what can I sell it for, will I move on? But they're not valuing their overall, what I call their net worth, their personal business, which is where, okay, I retire, but what are the risks for long-term care? Or what if my cash flow is lower, my asset's going to survive, last, and the longer you live, that longevity risk is really hurting a lot of business owners. And as I'm saying, dentist owners, they're not understanding they need to live off this money. Once you stop making money, it's got to last you your lifetime.
Right.
And really evaluating that scenario is what I think is lacking, projections that are not being put in place.
I think that's great value to share. So the bad, mad, sad, you have great value for them. If our audience is like, hey, I'd like to talk to a financial coach, give us two things. A, how do people reach out to you? And B, what to expect on kind of a first visit or first interaction? Because I know you do things through Zoom now too. So how would people reach out to you?
I talked to two dentists this week. One was on a call in Colorado and one was locally. I met him at a coffee shop. And the biggest fear when you talk to an advisor and when we debunk this is, what are you going to cost me?
Yeah.
Let's have an open conversation. A really good advisor, not going to charge you on a basic conversation. Let's learn what's going on in your life. And then does it make sense? I don't take on every dentist. I mean, it depends on your situation. Cash flow, is my value going to be worth it to you? And then usually, as you always say, if you're going to charge a fee, then you're in it together. It's a commitment. Right. And if my fee, it's about, I should be making you way more than what you're charging me because I'm giving the advice that's making you more money in the long run.
Awesome. So, and we can reach out to you at bridgewealthadvisors.com, mbagel at mbagell at bridgewealthadvisors.com. We'll put that in the comments here. I want to say to you, Matt, I appreciate you growing with Dental Nachos, being a good resource. You show up at CE events, you show up at margarita events. I really appreciate that. I think it's a combination of, like fitness, you go to the gym sometimes, you do online classes, you develop this community, and that's what I'm trying to do here. And I just want to really say thanks for being a part of that.
Thank you. I think the same goals, we're helping and adding value, and that's what you do. And that's why I love being a part of it. And I appreciate the opportunity.
Appreciate that, man. We'll let Mrs. Nacho come and say bye to everybody. And I'll see you in the city. Maybe not the suburbs, man. I don't know what goes on out there, but maybe I'll see you in the city soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks so much for being with us, Matt. It was great to have you, and looking forward to anyone who has any comments reaching out to Matt at mbagell at bridgewealthadvisors.com.